Okay, alright, we're here with Barbara and Ron Brown from Rusty Ron's Marine Surplus. And if you look around here, if you can bolt it into a boat, these guys have it, and they make deals. Lots of stuff and plenty of it. So if you're down in Morehead City and you're in class, be good to these guys. Come and check them out and maybe have stuff for your own project. So alright, we're here with Barbara, and Barbara's going to tell us about marine fittings, about electrical fittings today. Alright, so we have 3 things we worry about when do it, yeah? Check out the register too, pretty cool, huh? Yeah, this is a good place to come do business. Alright, so we have 3 things we worry about. Worry about the size of the connectors. We have red is 18 to 22 gauge wire. We have blue, which is 14 to 16 gauge wire. And then we have yellow, which is 10 to 12 gauge wire. Okay, what else are we about, Barb? The second thing is the
coating.
Yeah, the jacket type.
We have PVC, hard, bright color plastic.
Shiny, yep.
We have nylon.
Nylon, yep. Nylon's softer. It's a little more dull, and it doesn't split like PVC does. Nylon's the stuff we want to use.
And then we have heat shrink.
Heat shrink.
Real soft, flexible.
Yeah, shiny.
Clear.
They're pretty expensive, and they're good if you're working in a bilge, but for every connection, you don't want to have to heat shrink every connection, and they're right around $1 a piece, depending what the connection is.
Go with the nylon.
Yep, go with the nylon. Another example of nylon.
Now the coating.
Yep, the coating, the type of metal. These type, the PVC type that you get at Napa, 100 for $5 or $3. These are usually a PVC jacket, and the metal is usually a mixed metal. It doesn't last too long in a marine environment.
Okay.
A good, high quality fitting, like these Ancors or Pacers here, these are tinned copper is the type of metal. And another thing we worry about with these type of connectors is the sleeves.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So some connectors have one single sleeve, like these ring terminals, these automotive ring terminals. Okay, yep. A single sleeve means the metal in there will only crimp the wire. It's only meant to crimp the wire, and the insulation and everything else is loose. Some connectors have a double barrel. See, that one, yep, this is a double barrel inside. We'll look at some others in the other drawer. Okay, let's get to the good stuff. This is where Barbara was trying. She tried to sell me all the stuff in the top drawer, but we got to the bottom of it quick.
I had to show you that first.
Yeah. So here's a 1012 ring terminal, and this is a nylon jacket, and it's also a double barrel connector. So you crimp these twice with a regular pinch type connector, which we'll look at, or you crimp them once with a ratchet crimper, which we'll do next. So this connector, you crimp the wire first in that top barrel, and then you crimp the insulation in place in the back. And they're not heat shrink or anything, but they hold real well. These are kind of the industry standard. These are what you want to fill your kit with from Rusty Ron's Marine Surplus. And these are the type of things you want to use. Barb?
Okay, do you have a knife where you can show them the...
Oh yeah, let's see. This is the one we shaved off too. I don't know if it'll show up on the camera, but
I thought it did.
If you see in the sun, the connector, we shaved a little bit off. We shaved some of the tin off of the copper, and this is a good Pacer or Ancor type brand fitting, and you can see the copper underneath. So if you're wondering about these, take your pocket knife and shave a little bit off and see if you can see copper underneath. If not, it's just a mixed metal and they won't last too long. So here's our red ones for small wire, our blue, and our yellow fittings. Now looking at these, this is called a spade terminal, or a fork terminal. These aren't supposed to be used because they don't have the tab sticking up on the fork to hold them in place. So these can actually vibrate loose, and ABYC doesn't really recommend those. You should use a ring terminal or what's called a forked spade terminal. Some of the other ones, bullet connectors here, and these are called butt splices. These are used for just connecting wire together. One thing you should not use are this type fitting. These are used in residential or telephone or commercial, but they're not used for marine environments. The ABYC says the insulation should not be adulterated, and when you put these in, 2 wires in this and squeeze it, it actually adulterates the insulation, and they're not recommended by the ABYC. Here we go. You don't have ring terminals. This fork terminal is the one you want to use with the little tabs on the end to hold it under the screw. So, good stuff. All right, what do you think, Barb? We miss anything?
Nope, just Lucky Dog.
Just Lucky Dog down there. There we go. That's it. So that's a little bit about types of terminals. And next we'll do a perfect crimp.
There you go.